All right, back over on the touchscreen now. We know you guys love these X and O breakdowns, but no Seth Galina in the house today, but that's all right, because Mike is quite the X and O's guy himself. He knows what he's watching with film, so with Seth not here, we're giving Mike the touchscreen pen, and he's going to break down for us some Chargers offense, I believe, some third down stuff. Mike, what do you got for us?
Yeah, we're going to 3 of their third downs in the fourth quarter to just show kind of the narrative that everyone's talking about. Joe Lombardi, why he may be holding this offense back, why the offense may get a little stale at times, predictable, and why Justin Herbert's stats may not be indicative of how well he can actually perform. And we're going to get, like I said, 3 third downs here in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
All 3 of them, they do not convert on. And it's just the lack of interplay and the lack of options between these routes that they have. We saw them in their 4 fourth quarter third down plays. No bunch sets, no routes, no route combinations playing off of each other, all isolation routes that Justin Herbert basically has to pick the winner, or else he's not going to be able to find and convert this third down. So here are the route concepts we have here. We got Josh Palmer running a stick route at the sticks, one of their favorite concepts. You watch a Chargers game, they're going to go to the sticks, turn around probably a half dozen to a dozen times a game in this offense. You got the same thing up top here from Keenan Allen. You got a little skinny post here, and you got a slant. You got one route from Trey McKitty here. You got one route that you really feel good about as a man beater. Third and 4, you're thinking probably an obvious press man scenario because obviously zone coverage leaves up that bottom area of the field. So 3rd and 4, obvious press man, you have one real man beater. Trey McKitty here on a slant. As we'll see here if we go to the actual end result of the play, that it ends up being not a lot of options.
Yeah.
He could throw a tightly guarded there. He could throw a tightly guarded here. He could throw a tightly guarded there or a tightly guarded there because there's, again, no interplay between the routes, no scheming up a free release, no motion pre-snap to get anything. It's basically Justin Herbert has to pick the winner. He goes to the hitch here, and it's hitch at the sticks, which Josh Palmer has to come back to it because it's a tightly guarded route because they run that a lot. Ends up only getting 3 yards. They have to go for it on 4th down to end up converting. Next play here, 3rd and 12. Another one. Obviously, a 3rd and 12 is going to be difficult at this point in the game in the fourth quarter. They were still down a couple scores. You're thinking 4-down territory. But even still, I question the route concepts that we were seeing here. We have a go hitch at the sticks. Yet again, like I said, that's one of their faves. We have a go up top here, and it's basically just a clear out for a Keenan Allen dig right at the sticks. And again, when you have this set right here, and they had to deal with tackle protection issues all game long. Varsicero at right tackle, not a guy who can one-on-one against Max Crosby, so they were chipping him at this point. Always going to be difficult when you can't get 5 out in a route. But on this play, they make it so obvious that it is going to Keenan Allen with this route concept that he has no other option. He has to go to Keenan Allen. And oh, by the way, everyone knows Keenan Allen's their best wide receiver.
Right.
When his first game's back, it's like, you are going to Keenan Allen. So on the 3rd down, he's probably going to see a double. He's probably going to see some inside help. And that's what we end up seeing here again on this play. If you go to see how it turns out in the end, you have a safety coming down right into the lane here. Herbert obviously has to go there because you have clears here, which where are you going to if you're not going there? There's really going to be nothing else as the routes are all breaking kind of at the same time. It's just Herbert has to choose. At that point, he chose that. You got 2 guys in the middle of the field. One of them bats it down. Another failed 3rd down conversion. Last one here, 3rd and 9, well towards the end of the game. And almost identical in the concepts we're getting. Just outside, clear, outside, clear, Keenan Allen, slant. And then we got a little whip here, which on 3rd and 9 is not going to get you to the stick. So you got one option. Yet again, you're leaving Justin Herbert, a guy who can read defenses, a guy who can get from 1 to 2 to 3. You're leaving him with one throw. That has to be the throw that he makes on this play. And you end up getting the running back coming out a little bit on, just giving him another option to check it down to. But again, it's 3rd and 9. You want to get past the sticks here. So no interplay again between these route concepts. This guy's not helping that guy. And again, we see a slant to Keenan Allen. There's an underneath help defender. Window's not there. Has to get it off. And another failed 3rd down conversion.
It almost feels like they almost have too much faith in their guys. And, we like to talk about quarterbacks and head coaches having confidence to, hey, when there's a 50-50 ball, when it's tight coverage, we like our guys better than their guys. But it feels as though they almost have too much. It's almost to a level where it's like, hey, things could be easier, but you're trusting them to beat really tough situations too much. Is that kind of what you see as well from Joe Lombardi?
It reminds me a lot of kind of the later years of Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers, where he's like, I think my guys can win a one-on-one, and I think I have a quarterback that can hit tight windows.
Sure.
And when you do, you make your guys go one-on-one a lot and trust your quarterback to hit tight windows. But that leaves you such a thin margin for error at the quarterback position that you want to, at some point, try to scheme other guys up, especially when you have maybe some other guys who maybe aren't natural separators like a Josh Palmer, like DeAndre Carter, to the level that Keenan Allen is, even though Keenan Allen's probably not what he used to be at 30 years old now. But those guys, these routes are nothing at this point. If you're running clears, if you're running goes with Palmer and Carter, the chances of those turning into a first down is almost zero, which then leaves you, again, with one option. And when you're taking guys completely out of kind of the progression at the quarterback position, it's just going to make your job a lot more difficult.
People love to talk about the low average depth of target for Justin Herbert, given how much arm strength he has. Do you think this also goes into it a little bit from what you saw just from this game, a little snippet from that as well as the rest of the season?
That's the thing. It's if he's not going here, here's where he's ended up going. He's ended up going. He's like, if this wasn't a third down, say if this is a second down, which is how a lot of these end up going. If he's not going there, that's where he's going immediately because
and they clearly know that too. Right?
Exactly. People see him going to the check down quickly, and they're like, "Oh, Justin Herbert, check down artist." A lot of it's the offense. He doesn't have the second read on this play. There's no, I guess this could count as a second read going there. Obviously, it wasn't time on this play, but the second read often is nobody.
Man, a lot of questions with the Chargers offense and how they're deploying these guys. Clearly one of them. Appreciate it, Mike.